Hello gorgeous people, how are you all today? I hope you're all well. You're probably a little bit like me at the moment, just looking out the window at the greyness, fed up of the weather. I've got so many little jobs to do in the garden, but we're just having rain day after day after day. It's so annoying. But it does mean that the garden isn't distracting me. I can get on with things at home. And this afternoon, well, this morning I've been doing a bit of sewing, but this afternoon I'm going to make some seed packets for a friend as a gift. Now let me put them here. So normally when I harvest my seed, if it's little ones, I just use these, I don't know, I think they're like wage envelopes or something. It says name, class, amount. Maybe it's pocket money envelopes, or maybe the class refers to the class system in the UK. So name Vivi, class, not even working class. Anyway, so that's what I use for myself, or I use sort of jars, quite biggish jars for the bigger things like the beans. But I'm going to give some seeds to a friend as a gift. Now, the big thing for me this year with not earning is I love giving presents. I really, really love to give presents, and I love receiving presents. Who doesn't? But giving is even better than receiving. And it's really it's really bothered me because I feel that, I'm having to think twice, put it that way, because I'm trying to make presents which aren't costing any money or very little money, but actually they're costing me time and love. And maybe that's an even better present than something you just go and buy in the shops. So I was going to do a load of these for Christmas, didn't get around to it, but I've got a friend who is coming out of hospital soon, so these are going to be her little get well gift. I'll start showing you in a second. And I'm just thinking it'll still be too soon to sew. So the idea with making these seed packets is that they're pretty, they're girly, and they'll just be nice for her to handle, I suppose. So what I've done, let me reach over and get some of these. I'm going to tip you guys down in a sec so you can see properly. What I've done is I've made a cardboard template. So as you can see, well, you might not be able to realise what's going on, but this is halfway. This is going to be made out of paper. It'll be folded, and then these little bits on the edges are the tabs to fold over and glue. And then I'm going to actually stitch the labels to the front. I love sewing paper. I don't know why, but I just do. Always have done. I love sewing paper. It's ridiculous. I always have a separate needle for sewing paper because paper blunts your needle. Anyway, so I've got a myriad bits and bobs of sort of pretty papers here. Let me just show you if the light will let us. I've come over into the window for some light. You're not going to be able to see it, are you? Because it's so, there we go. It's so dark and gloomy at the moment that for doing any kind of sewing or any of these sort of indoor projects, I'm trying to sit in the window to get as much of the natural light as I can. So whenever I see these pretty papers, I don't know where these have come from, I just keep them because there's always something you can do with a pretty paper. And this one I thought, you see it sideways on, I thought this is great for, it's perfect for the calendula seeds because it's sort of bright and jolly. So let's crack on and make some seed packets. Like I say, it's going to cost me absolutely nothing. I've collected the papers from goodness knows where. The cardboard, I don't even know where that came from. The seeds are all seeds from my garden that I've harvested, so they've cost me nothing. All this is costing me is a little bit of time and love. So let's get on. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. When I've just sort of designed this template, I've made it so that I can get 2 packets out of each sheet of A4. So all I'm going to do, let's find our straight edges. Quickly and easily trace around the edges. It's like like being back at nursery school, isn't it? Or school full stop. Nice one. I think the other thing about doing these sorts of things as gifts for friends, firstly, they are going to know that you've put some time and effort into it, and they're going to really appreciate it. But also, for me, it's kind of almost like an exercise in mindfulness. It's not something to rush. It's one of those things of just enjoying being in the moment. And if you think how much time you all spend running around like maniacs trying to get this done, that done, the other done, I think it's really nice every now and again to take some time out and essentially, well, this is like playing, isn't it? I've got a friend who recently, about a year ago maybe, took up watercolour, and she watercolours flowers and plants. She's got a super stressful job, but come a Saturday afternoon when the kids have been seen to and everything's done, she literally sits down and spends hours watercolouring. So then I'm going to make my folds so that this will become a packet. I suppose you could score all these edges if you were being really neat and tidy. There we go. See, look, it's turning into a little envelope. And who wouldn't love to receive their packets of seeds in a pretty little envelope that looks like that? See? But we're not done yet because it needs a label, and this is where I really have fun with the sewing machine. So I've made up my little packet. There we go. Just going to unfold it again. This is going to be the front. So I've then got, oh look, the light's gone horrible suddenly. I've got, it's just some plain sort of creamish coloured writing papers. It's quite a heavy paper, and I'm literally, and the edges are frayed. That's fine. I quite like a frayed edge. So I'm literally just going to stitch it onto the front and then play with it. So here goes. If you haven't stitched paper onto paper before and you like stitching, oh, have a go. I'm actually using quite a bright red thread for this because I just thought it'd be quite jolly. When you get to the end, make sure the needle is down through the paper before you lift the foot to turn it. Actually, I think I might have done or chosen a longer stitch length, but this will be fine. Join up my other line. One more. That's it. Now, on the back, just pull the threads through, and we're going to just tie them off on the reverse. So that's those two. Oops, sorry. I'm not making this very easy for you to see. Pull that thread through. Then, hoopla. Can you see I'm just going to get all these threads. One knot. Two knots. Quick snip. So it's tidy-ish on the back and on the front. How jolly! So I'll glue all I'll glue the two long sides first of all, and then I can set about creating a label. Now, if I had loads of time, I could do a little watercolour illustration of what the plant should be like when it's a bit grown up. Name the plant and a quick little note about when to sow it. So, just a few more of those to do. And I think, even though it's a for nothing money, I think that's a really lovely little present. Put it this way, if I was sent a bunch of these in the post, I would be very, very happy. Right, let's get on and fill the label in. So this packet's going to be for calendula pencil. I'm a really bad speller, just in case I make a spelling mistake. Calendula, so direct in May. Grown and harvested with love, just for you. There we go. What can be more special? Now I'm just going to give it a little bit of decoration. Nothing too fancy. Just like a hint of what's inside. I do not profess to be an artist. Certainly not pretty. Actually, let's have a little piece of paper to test on. Yeah. So here go my little calendulas on the packet. You see, apart from the fact I'm gas bagging to you guys, this is such a lovely quiet thing to do. So just give me a little tiny bit of definition on the petals. And then they need stalks. Oh, I need to get a new bit of green for my paint tin. Just a little hint. There. So I shall let that dry. And shortly I will fill it with seeds, seal down the lid, do the next few, and then parcel them up to send to my friend to say get well soon. Oh, I've so enjoyed sitting here this afternoon doing this. Literally an hour has just disappeared and it's been absolutely wonderful. I can feel that my breathing, my heart rate, everything has slowed down as I've just got lost in doing all this. I can't wait for my friend to receive them. That's kind of my way of saying, for any of you out there who are also trying to have a year or however long off work without a wage, it's still possible with no money to show our friends that we love them and that we're thinking of them. So I've got a couple more just to do the little bits of painting on the outside. I'm going to get on with that. I will say cheerio to you all. I hope that you're finding lovely things to do to occupy your time. I hope you're finding some quiet moments too before the mad rush of all the March sewings that we're all going to be doing. Whatever you're up to, have fun, be chilled, think of your friends while you're doing it. I'll see you all again really soon, I hope. Take care.